What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
Hey, I just got a quick thing that I promised that I'd go over yesterday. I'm gonna go over it.
Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed.
I found somebody sent me some old videos of Jeff B. I've been letting those play in the background. I just heard Rhino Nation 8 claim that the soccer ball that Putin gave to Trump in that, you know, famous meeting where he gave him a soccer ball, that there was a hard drive hidden in there that had all the evidence against Hillary Clinton in it. And then Jeff B starts talking about Edward Snowden, and I guess I'm just a conspiracy grifter, all these old videos, and now people looking back on them. Man, they ought to go rewatch these. Now they know he's faking being shot, and faking being threatened, and faking all this other shit. They said, Rhino said, oh, I learned that these people are just like barking dogs, just like Yuri. You just gotta let her bark. Yuri. Not Yori. Yuri. Like the urine from his dog in his back seat. Thank you guys for joining us. I don't have the clock running. I'm just trying to finish sharing the link and we'll get started. Like I said, it's going to be a short stream. I've got some things that I want to share that I promised I would share with you guys. We had Oliver's birthday party today. And I don't do crowds or loud noises and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know, it kind of got to me. It kind of zapped the energy out of me. I want to go and do those things because I want to be there for my kids, but I don't want to like embarrass anybody or be a burden on anybody either. So I went, but it went all right. There's a part where a bunch of people were popping balloons, and I asked them to stop so I could leave at least. But yeah, it went all right. I don't know. I'm still tore up by it. Just being in that environment for that amount of time. One last place to share it, which is Twitter, I believe. And we're going to go over these Derek Johnson screenshots quickly. This person, I'm not going to put them on screen. This is part of the Exposing Derek Johnson group on Facebook. I'm not going to put it on screen because she went back and deleted some, if not all of them. Which I don't think that means that she wasn't true. I think she just didn't want her name out there and people harassing her and shit like that. So I'm not putting her name up there. I'm not putting any details about her. I'm just going to read these screenshots. We'll go over those and that'll basically be it. Yeah, last night's stream was, 6 hours? That was a crazy stream. It didn't finish till like 3 a.m. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I go into like a, what do they call it? They call it, like a highly vigilant state or whatever. And after I've been in that so long, like it just drains all my, like I just feel exhausted from that. It's wild. I don't know. I don't know how that actually works in the body, but when from the party, I was just like, I I don't know. I was just all keyed up the whole time. That's usually what I call it, keyed up. But I was all keyed up the whole time, and now I just feel exhausted. Like my body aches from the birthday party. But I'm glad I was there. That's my son's birthday party. I wouldn't miss it for the world. All right, here we go. Oh, what's going on with Tim Pool? Somebody says Tim Pool is an all-time moron for sure on Twitter. I'm always down to make fun of some Tim Pool.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies.
Oh, he put something up that says, should I shut down Timcast and just retire? Tim Pool kills his own career. So he put a Twitter poll saying, should I just shut down Timcast and retire? I guess thinking that he'd get a bunch of votes of people like supporting him. And it was 53-47 yes. Please retire. Wow. Wow, I wonder if he left it up. I think one day my kids will understand. Like, I can tell you right now, I'm not the greatest father. Like, I'm too quick to anger a lot of times. I get upset or frustrated too easy a lot of times. I freak out sometimes and snap at people that I shouldn't, or people that technically weren't doing anything wrong. It's just something that bothered me. But I hope one day that they realize that, like, I'm playing with the hand I was dealt, and I went above and beyond what most people would do with the same hand. Like, you can't win every game when you have a pair of twos, okay? But I'm trying. I'm still there. I'm still anteing up. I'm still trying to show up. I'm still trying to play the game. But I get the lowest hand on the board, and I'm doing with it what I can. All right, let's kill this music. Oh no, fuck you, Hall. I'm still thinking about going over there and not committing crimes. Let's roll the intro.
Hello, Wilbard. At the Grove Bill Confessional. This is from your friend, Dr. J. Banana. Wilbard, sorry about the loss of your legs in the washing machine accident. I hope you have good luck getting the money up for your new titanium legs. If you need anything at all, I mean anything at all, the Power Rangers have your back. It's morphin' time! Tiger Zord!
Welcome everybody. I don't have to worry. The Power Rangers have my back. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me. It's going to be a short show. I had a lot going on today, and trying to do the best I can, but we'll see what happens. I promised you guys there was something I would cover, and I already missed a show this week just because I had a headache. So I wanted to come on and cover some things to do with Derek Johnson. And those were, like the title says, called out by his own family. So someone close to Derek Johnson is admitting the lies that he's already put out, right? They came out and said, well, that's got to be a lie. Well, that's got to be this. Well, so this should get interesting. I don't want to scare this person off or disparage this person or whatever. I'm not going to put them on the screen. I have several people that can validate all of these screenshots, including the person who sent them to me. I didn't take them myself. And, yeah, we'll check out those. We'll talk about them, what they mean for Derek Johnson. I hope this person continues to stay part of that group, continues to hang out there, and continues to spread this. I've been on Derek Johnson I've been on Derek Johnson to come on and debate the Space Force captain. Derek Johnson knows so much about laws and orders about Space Force, and we have a guy that's literally in the Space Force, 20 years in the intelligence community or whatever he said. You know, like this guy would be the perfect guy to come debate you about what the Space Force is doing. It seems that way to me. Why won't they come on and do a debate? But Derek Johnson won't even respond. He's blocked. He's now blocked. He blocked him a while back. But Chuck, is that the guy's name? The Space Force captain from TikTok. I think his name's Chuck, his first name. But he's now blocked him. He's blocked a bunch of people. It's almost like a badge of honor at this point. So there's that. But I don't think he's going to come on. But we need to keep on him because it's not that I think that continued pressure will get him on the show. I don't think he'll ever come on. But I think the more people that see that he's not willing to come on and debate these topics, which he says he can easily prove, he can show anybody, there's no debating them, there's no one that could call him out, there's no one that could debunk him, and the more that he sidesteps those debates, the better, the more people that'll see it and be like, well, this guy might not be legit. Because he's got a bunch of people brainwashed. He's got a pretty good grift that he blew up with. He alludes to the fact that his injuries and his time in service are somehow classified. Someone sent me some screenshots the other day. Laura sent me some screenshots the other day about, it said stuff like, one of the screenshots says, the U.S., it says the U.S. support on one of his documents. He's talking about Ukraine, I believe. And he says the U.S. support is more visual evidence that most Americans won't see until later. I'm showing you now because I know and I am part of this operation. So he's went from just angry veteran who knows laws and all that shit. He's went from just angry veteran to now he is claiming that he's part of QAnon. It's not like we haven't seen this shit before. It's getting pretty crazy. So we're gonna go through these screenshots, talk about this person calling him out, and then that's basically it. We're just gonna do a short show. So thank you for joining us. If you want to support the stream, make sure you like and share. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on the live chat. Leave a comment underneath the video after it's posted. You can leave a comment in both those places. You can like on Rumble and on Facebook and on YouTube. We are also, I need to make sure the YouTube chat is right. We're also on Twitch. You can't actually like on Twitch, but you can share from all the platforms. I would greatly appreciate that if you just share it out to a group or send it to somebody or send it around. Whatever you can do with it, I would greatly appreciate it. Just that interaction with the stream helps a lot for more people to see the stream, which is always good, right? Waking more people up, more people see it. It is my employment, I guess. I'm a disabled veteran, the same as Derek, but this is like goes above and beyond my disability check. It doesn't knock me out of disability or anything, but it goes on top of it because disability is not a whole lot. I don't know if I'm sure there's people living on disability. It's not great, but anything extra we finance through the stream. So if you want to support us by liking, sharing, helping us get more advertised revenue, or directly financially, you can do that as well at coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. That's the website behind me. You can use the Buy Me a Coffee feature or this little coffee cup down here in the bottom right-hand corner to bring up Buy Me a Coffee. Leave your name and a message. We'll leave it we'll read it live on air. Share my Patreon or join our Patreon for extra content. Join for as little as $2 a month. Guaranteed extra content every week. You can click that skull logo. That's a donation logo too. Mostly for just if the first one's down. We sell merch. If you're interested, that's the sunglasses link. But the most important thing about this website is actually not the donations. We all know the day we live in, the day and time that people online disappear all the time because the platforms ban them. It depends on even me, like making sarcastic jokes. I get banned because they think I'm actually saying some of the things I'm making jokes about. So if you look at the very top of the screen underneath support the Cold Beer Confessional, there's my Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, and Discord. Make sure you're following me in more than one place just in case the channel you typically watch me on disappears tomorrow. I'm going to leave that in the background and we'll read some of these. Let me grab them out over here. Austin sent them to me. Laura's real big in that group. I think she's even an admin over there. Austin's in that group. Pret Zelda, I think, is probably over there. Either way, it's the Exposing Derek Johnson group on Facebook. Exposing one thing that Facebook, I guess, got right. Now I know a lot of young people don't use it anymore. Even a lot of middle-aged people don't use it anymore. One thing that Rumble got right on Facebook, or I'm sorry, that Facebook got right was groups. They do have a really good job of making groups, joining groups, and having private groups and stuff like that. They do a really good job with that. If you have something set up like Exposing Derek Johnson or whatever it might be. Let's see if I can find the first screenshot. It's probably up this way. They were actually separated. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Space Force. I went way too far. That's a Space Force captain. All right, Exposing Derek Johnson Facebook group. There was a post there about Derek Johnson. And it says, so it starts off with, I'm just going to say family. For the family member. So family says he got injured at a training installation, The Box. That's NTC. That's the National Training Center, Fort Irwin, California. It's kind of like in Death Valley, NTC. Then someone, Marcia says, you are stating where, not how. He claims to be tortured. I read some of these at the end of the last stream, but it says he claims to be tortured by our own troops in order of the Obama administration. Family says he wasn't tortured by anyone. I can assure you of that. Laura says he put it on one of his documents as fact. Marcia says, do you want to see where he claimed it? We can show you. It goes on to the next page, and the family member says he lied then. That is a fact. I won't tell you my source, but let's say I don't have the same last name by coincidence. I can't stand a liar. They go on to say, please show me. That's so embarrassing that he claimed that he was tortured in the military. Laura says, I know exactly who you are. Well, the connection, obviously, I know nothing about you. So are you here to call him out? Does Derek have a habit of lying? I've caught him in a few between his documents and what he says in his videos. Marcia comes back and says, well, if you go to his document site, go to the Ukraine document, it's page 22. Someone here can provide the screenshots. I will too. Give me a few. But you can view it yourself so you can see we are not making this crap up. Laura says, has he ever been diagnosed with a mental illness? Sorry, I have so many questions. Laura goes on to say,
because I'm a dick.
Oh, enough BS with 15 six-packs. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's a large donation. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the donation and the support. I appreciate it. Laura goes on to say, he also claims that his injury is classified. Now, that's true. He keeps claiming that he can't get into his injury because it's classified. I've never, ever, 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 ever heard of a classified injury. Like, even it's the people that were on missions that are still classified to this day, that they can't talk about to this day, happened overseas. They weren't supposed to be after overseas, like secret squirrel people. They can still tell you what their injury is. Even if they can't tell you how they got it, what country they were in, what actually happened there, blah, blah, blah. They can still tell you, like, I fucked my knee up, tore my ACL, tore my MCL, tore, my rotator cuff, whatever. Like, that doesn't make much sense. How can you have an injury that's classified? First time I've ever heard about it. What's up, Mason? Even though he blabbed about it in his documents. So I found a person who really didn't want to get involved at all, which I can't blame them. Like, they're now out of the military. They have, a wife, kids, and a life, and they're a civilian, blah, blah, blah. They don't want their shit on the internet, especially around, like, grifters, where, like, people expose people all the time. But anyways, they did speak to me, and I was told that from what they remember, which they weren't, like, super close with him or best friends or like, bunk mates or nothing, but from what they remember, he had an injury with his knee when he got out. He had an injury with his knee when he got out. And I had told that to some people privately, and I think I even mentioned on one of the shows, and it comes back to kind of corroborate that here in a second. So someone shares the documents.info payload part 2, what's really happening in Ukraine, by Derek Johnson, PDF, and told her to go to page 22. The family member says, I'm just curious as to what the hell he's doing and why. I'll show his family and let them ask him.
I'll show his family, let them ask him.
She then goes on to say, the family member says, I've not been around him personally at all much, but I don't know of him having a history of lying like this. No mental illness to my knowledge, but I'm seriously starting to worry about possibly undiagnosed ones. He was never sent into battle. He was never sent into battle. Same thing I told you. He never left the country. Same thing I told you. He was at a training installation. So what NTC is set up for is you have troops that are the Army went to condition. So hold on. They went to condition statuses. That's how they describe units. So you have different condition statuses. So when you're redcon or red condition, that's basically like you have no chance of deployment. You're just sat back and in the field, in garrison, whatever, doing a bunch of training, doing a bunch of silly stuff that, you know, the boring part of the Army, right? You go to the field, you do your thing, you whatever. When you go to yellow, that's stepped up. That means that there could be an imminent deployment. You're not exactly slotted to go on this date, but they know that if another rotation goes through, you're probably going to get pulled in that rotation. And if you go all the way to green condition, that means that you've got a ship date and you've got to get this training done. You got to get this medical assessment done. You got to get these anthrax boosters. You got to get all that, right? And these condition statuses. So what NTC was set up for, it's a lot of reservist and National Guard units go there for their annual training, but they do like war games. All right, so it's in Fort Irwin, California, Death Valley. It's a desert, right? So we fought a 20-year war in the desert. It was a great place to train people, right? What a desert looks like. It's a lot different than fighting in the woods. A lot of people if you've never been overseas in one of these modern day battlefields, IEDs were a new concept, right? Roadside bombs or stuffing animal carcasses and suicide vests and all that was new stuff that we all had to learn about. Or at least maybe even if it was tactics used by like the Viet Cong, you could probably make a lot of inferences to those tactics. Nobody's still alive that served in Vietnam and is going to be a grunt on the ground in, Iraq. You know what I'm saying? So it was a training center. It was made to get troops ready to go to the desert. That's what it was there for. Derek Johnson, I would say about the only thing he had to do was his typical training and qualification every year, blah, 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 plus play what they call OP4, opposition forces. OP4 is you play the bad guy, right? You play the bad guy. So he would dress up with a headdress and blah, 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 and they would tell him, okay, you're a good guy today or you're a bad guy next day, and we want you to pull a gun when they would say something like the convoy's going to roll into town because they got a report of an IED, blah, blah, blah. Once they've been here and they meet the elder and they've been talking for a few moments, we want you to come out of the side door, pull a firearm, and fire a blank, of course, but fire a blank and pretend to shoot the gunner in the rear of the vehicle while he's not paying attention. And you would run that scenario. When you run that scenario and you get done with that scenario, then everybody stands down, you get off. They've got a whiteboard set up. You talk about what you did right, what you did wrong, how you can improve it, blah, blah, blah. You get out there and run a different scenario. It's really good training, honestly, when you have other people, especially when it's not so structured that they've got you like almost like an automated course. You could do that on some like fucking 1980s video game technology. But when they let real people be real people and make real decisions, you get to see the decisions that somebody might change. Maybe they're supposed to come from the right, and then they see an opportunity. Hey, it's actually better to come from the left, and they come from the left, and it throws a wrench into it. It's actually really good training, but I wouldn't say that a whole lot of people get like PTSD from it. I don't know. I heard somebody today got PTSD from being asked to wear a mask at their employment, but whatever. I wouldn't say it's very strenuous. I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know if I'd run around calling myself a wounded warrior if I hurt my knee doing that. I think that's kind of a weird call to make, but it is what it is. So he hurt his knee, never deployed. He hasn't been outside the U.S. He hurt his knee and got out. That was about it. It must have been a decently severe or an injury that they thought wouldn't heal back and to 100% or even probably 80%, something that's more likely to re-injure. That's how you get out on a medical. And he hurt his knee somehow. We saw that. Laura says, are you not aware of all his live videos and devoted fans that believe every single word he says? I personally think it's ridiculous, but his fans are convinced. And when nothing ever happens, I'm concerned people get pissed off and this could become dangerous. Laura goes on to say he also claims to have met Trump and that Trump, in his own way, has let Derek know to keep spreading the word and waking people up.
The family member then says, oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Laura says, I think we just got that. Are you not aware that he believes Trump is commander-in-chief and there's a covert military operation going on? He had people convinced of this. Laura says, well, Trump isn't president. He's commander-in-chief, even though that contradicts the Constitution. In fact, according to Derek, he's never been president. He's been the commander-in-chief since 2017. Also, Biden is an actor. The real Biden is in Gitmo. The family member says, from what I've seen, I seriously think he's got paranoid schizophrenic signs showing, but I'm no psychologist. That's his own family member saying that. His own family member says, I seriously think he's got paranoid schizophrenic signs showing, but I'm no psychologist. Imagine your own family. Well, hell, I can't say much. My own family member would probably say that about me. But at least I don't spread my crazy over the internet. But I damn sure if they saw me in an episode, they might say that shit about me. Marcia says, I had a similar reaction when discovering the documents. Laura says, also, if anybody calls him out, he blocks them and then we'll make a video more like a raging rant about that person and how they are stupid and lazy because they don't see what's happening in front of our very eyes. He thinks he's the only one who can decipher all of this and has proven it via law and orders. All of these laws and orders do exist, but Derek twists their meaning to fit whatever example he wants them to fit, right? The family member then says, oh, baby, I just shared the link with his other family member and told her to look at page 22. I just shared this member with a closer family member. I'll give you that much. I just shared the link for his document to a closer family member and said, look at page 22. Laura says, also possibly narcissistic personality disorder. When you look at the common personality traits he exhibits, most of them, like always, having to be right and feeling superior to everyone. And you should hear the things he says about veterans who don't believe what he has proven. Evie says, here are the screenshots of that section. I'm happy you're here. He needs help. He does need help. He needs to start shutting his shit off. Somebody needs to check him in and disconnect his internet. The family member responds to that and says, I think that trait runs in the family, the narcissistic personality disorder. I think is what she's responding to. And the family member says, I think that trait runs in the family. The family member responds to Evie and says, yes, he does need help. Belinda shares something, and it's him thanking everybody for his birthday wishes. It says, thank you for all the birthday wishes celebrated in front of the famous Tequila Mockingbird Courthouse where my grandfather worked for many years. Won't be long, I'll have a book out. So apparently Derek is claiming he's going to write a book and it won't be long until it's out. Maybe. But I think it was more interesting that Derek Johnson's been posting about his 40th birthday for like over a week. And it's never with any family members. It's always him at like an historical site. Like that's how he gets down. I don't know. Maybe he's into like, I don't know, sticking his penis in ancient brickwork. I have no idea. But for some reason, he likes hanging out at historical sites and talking about his birthday. We see the screenshot again of page 22 from Evie, and then Laura says, yes, we are happy you are here, and we all think he needs help. The scary part is that so many people believe every word he says, and when it doesn't happen, somebody might snap. The family member says, yeah, just saw that one. Belinda says, I hope his family can help him. Thanks for joining the group. Laura says, yes, Trump's people are hiring a ghostwriter to help him write a book. So I guess Derek, Laura's on top of all this, by the way. She tells me stuff that I didn't even see. And if Laura says that Trump's people are hiring a ghostwriter to help him write his book, then I would almost guarantee that he's claimed that. He's claimed that Trump's people hired, because Laura knows more about it than I do. The family member says, it's sad people are weak-minded enough to buy that shit. Laura says, well, to be fair, Derek is a bit like a cult leader and good at manipulating people. And since he deletes any comments that expose him, they don't see anybody disputing this guy. Therefore, he must be telling the truth. That's been my argument from day one about banning people. So let's say that a bunch of like neo-Nazis start using YouTube. When we ban neo-Nazis from YouTube, they might have had, let's say they had like their big supporters, their loyal supporters. They had their not so loyal supporters, and they had people that were just dabbling in it. They had their haters too, and their haters debated them. The haters showed their videos. The haters covered them. The haters disputed them. But as far as fans, they had loyal, not so loyal, and people that were just like dabbling. What happens is when you ban those people from YouTube, even though no one here agrees with neo-Nazis, I don't, I'm not making a case for them, but let's say we ban them to BitChute. Their loyal followers are definitely going to go and watch them on BitChute. Their not so loyal followers, some of them will go. There'll still be people that dabble in it, that are just doing it, but one of the things we lose a lot of are the haters that dispute them. And what happens is the more times they get banned, or the further they can play, they can say, I've been banned for telling the truth. YouTube doesn't allow the truth. Rumble, BitChute, whatever, DLive doesn't allow the truth. What ends up happening over time is you get less haters there to dispute, to disagree, to leave comments, to call them out, to debate, to feature their videos, and their following becomes more and more dedicated. It's almost like making a concentrate, right? You bull off the people, like if you took some type of liquid and boiled it down to a concentrate, you boil off the people who were like not so loyal fans or weren't really interested, and the only people that stay are the most loyal, the most dedicated, the most hardcore, and those people are the ones that will snap. Those people are the ones that do make plans, or that decide to show up, or write manifestos and then take it out on other people. That shit happens. So if you don't like what someone's saying on the internet, rather than ban them for a political motive or because we don't talk about that, blah, 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 it ought to be put out right in the open and then openly debated. Right beside it ought to be someone saying, no, this is wrong and stupid because this is the reason why. But they ban it. Not only do they ban those channels, they ban even talking about it. So right now I have issues where I'm trying to lose my QAnon, or my channel, for saying stuff about QAnon, right? Or Q and the Anons, as they always correct you to. But that's not a good idea, right? I'm exposing it. I'm calling them liars. I'm calling them grifters. I'm showing where it's not true. I'm showing where it's a bunch of bullshit. And you can hardly even talk about it on here, which is just crazy. I don't know. I don't know. They got to come up with a better way to do this. All they're making is more dedicated platforms that support certain things and other platforms where you can't even dispute it. You can't even argue against it. He's a bit like a cult leader, exposes him. They don't see anybody dispute him, telling the truth. Therefore he must be telling the truth. We read that one. Laura says, and I think he truly believes all the information he shares, which makes him even more dangerous. The family member says, another family member of his is a disabled combat war veteran. He was a staff sergeant, did 15 years, 5 combat tours, was shot, got blown up. He's lost a kidney, has PTSD. So his blatant lies and disrespect pissed me the fuck off. Not only towards his own brother, but to every single person who has ever served. To claim he is a wounded warrior and to now find out he's claiming he's what, a POW too? Then they share a mad face emoji, which is pretty interesting. Laura says, does his mom know about any of this? And then it looks like the family member sent something to direct messaging after that. Someone said, I have friends that think he is a superhero. I do not believe much of what he says. Did not even realize things he was claiming till joining the site. Curious how others feel. I think that's like a new member to the group or something. Curious how others feel. That was an interesting one. Here we go. Back into it. Laura says, have you ever listened to Cold Brew Confessional? Among others. Laura says, yeah, but I'm not familiar with most of the others. I've heard their names, but I do not know what their narrative is. All the same script. They know something nobody else knows and are very quick to block anyone who knows different. Yes, love Will. So they must like me over there. Sweet. Very common thread in the Q grift. So Derek Johnson has his own fucking family members calling him out. The family member also says, because as bad as I hate to admit it, he's a relative of mine, and the family deserves to know what BS lies he's out there telling others. Please don't hold any of this man's family accountable for his shenanigans. Just know that he has been confronted about some of the BS, and I've seen that he's doing on this very page, and Big Brother ain't too happy about it either. Which sounds very good. Someone says, thank you for your contribution to the group. Only Derek is responsible for his own actions, even though he always blames others for his failures. So it seems like actual combat veteran Derek, or actual combat veteran Johnson, his brother, is not very happy, is not very happy about what's going on there, and has decided to call him out. Which is very interesting. I hope this person continues to stick around and let us know what's going on, and how it goes. And I'm pretty excited to see how that develops. I told you I would read it to you. Big Brother talked to him yesterday. I know I've got some more stuff I got to open. I told you I'd read it to you. That was the stuff I actually had originally. And then Mariah said she forwarded me some stuff. So you have to give me a second to get to that, I guess. Maybe. Let me change this around. There's a way to open this. How do I do that? Open in Messenger, maybe. Where's that at? Open in Messenger. There it is. All right, let's see. Some of these might be repetitive. Yeah, some of these might be repetitive, but we'll try to go through it and see what's up. He got injured at training installation of the box, blah, blah, blah. He wasn't tortured by anyone. Those are the same. Next. He lied. We saw that one. Does Derek have a habit of lying? We saw that one. Go to the document site. Go to page 22. We saw those. Follow my link I provided. Scroll down to page 22. I've never been around him personally. Okay, we saw those. Live videos. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Definitely saw those. Are you not aware he believes Trump is CIC? We saw those. Okay. Well, he either believes it, which would point to some serious mental illness, or he's just a lying comment, or a bit of both. Just so you understand, the people on this page have lost someone or otherwise have been adversely affected by this QAnon conspiracy stuff. We are not trolls just targeting Derek. We are simply Trump, nor are we simply Trump haters. We're a mixed bag politically, and some of us think all this stuff is complete bullshit. But we also have believers on here, but they just know Derek is full of shit. That was where it says, well, Trump isn't president. He's commander-in-chief, even though he says he's been that since 2017. He's never been president. From what I seriously think he's got paranoid schizophrenic signs. We saw that one. If anybody calls him out, he blocks him. We saw that one. Oh, baby, I just shared this. Here are the screenshots of that section. That trait runs in the family. We saw that one. We're happy you're here and think he needs help. The scary part is all the people that believe him. We saw that one. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any. Derek's a cult leader. We saw that one. His half-brother disabled. We saw that one. Oh, shit. I got into some old stuff there. I don't even know where that came from. Oh, it must have looped all the way back around to the beginning. It also says, also, we have long suspected Derek was possibly in our group under a fake profile or has a spy just because of the things we said openly in the group, that he would say something on a video rant that sounded like he knew what was said. I do not know if he's aware that his sister-in-law is in the group because he said, oh, I just messed that up, calling him out. Saying he claimed his grandfather knowing Hank Williams. I didn't know that. Get us the information, but when she and another family member, I can't. Okay. So basically, they're saying that they think Derek. I probably should have read the last one. I was trying to read ahead, so I didn't mess it up, but I still messed it up. Anyways, basically, they think Derek has a mole in the group, and they're trying to protect that the best way they can. But I don't think it's Derek. So like, I run the. It used to be the Exposing Brad Barton group, and now it's called the Debunking Crew. No, it's called Debunking Brad Barton, I think, and now it's just called the Debunking Crew. There are people that are literally so fucking bold. Like, to get in the group, you have to answer. Like a few questions about, like, why do you want to join? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And they will literally say, I'm a fan of so-and-so, and I want to tell him everything you're saying. Like, I think people just take it upon themselves. Like, these grifters have so many people brainwashed. They just join, right? Their members just join because they think they'll get a pat on the back or an attaboy or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Debunking Crew group, literally people would join, and on their join request, it'll say, I love Phil Godlewski, and I want to tell him everything you're saying about him. And I don't think people ask them to do that. I just think they do it. It's weird. It's weird how dedicated they are. Uh-oh. There's drunk Don Richie. Anyways, I think people take it upon themselves to do that. I don't know why, but I think people take it 100% on themselves to just do it, to just go as far as they can, and maybe a pat on the back. Maybe they think they'll be rewarded somehow. Derek Johnson is a liar. Nobody in the history of the United States military has ever went from E4 specialist to general. It's not how it works. They didn't want to look at his test scores and promote him from specialist to general. They weren't recruiting him because he had the top scores and he knew some people in Congress. They weren't disparaging him because he knew white hat leaders in Congress. The Obama administration didn't order him tortured at the National Training Facility, and none of these claims were made until he became a QAnon guy. So when he got out of the military, he would have been in the military about the same time I would have been in the military. When he got out of the military, He loved it. Best time he ever had. Loved all the friends he made. Couldn't say anything bad about it. Wishes his knee wouldn't have got fucked up so he could continue it on. Wanted to make a career out of it. Was looking forward to still staying in touch with these people and reaching out to them and doing concerts. Wanted to play music and everything was great. Then suddenly he needs a little bit more credibility about being in the military. And he's like, just so you know, my injury that put me out of the military is classified to this day. He says, this is what's really suspicious. He says, I was injured and it's all on file. Secret files. Like, what? Then it's not on file, you idiot. It's not on file. He also claimed the other day that a top secret security clearance, the reason it's called top secret is because it is the highest security clearance you can get, and we know that's absolutely not true. You have confidential, secret, and top secret. Tons of people get top secret. Like I said, if you get a mission briefing overseas that has real-time intel in it, which most people do, most people that are going outside the wire do, all of those people have to be able to qualify. All of those people have to be able to qualify for a top secret security clearance. All of those people. If you have a mission briefing that includes real-time, top secret information, then you absolutely have to be able to qualify for top secret. I've seen them send people home, not from overseas, but it was like when we were getting ready to deploy and stuff, because they had something that kept them from getting top secret. Tons of people have top secret. Tons. Like, just in my platoon, there was like, 28, 30 guys that had top secret. And none of those were anything special. None of these people were anything special. I mean, we were all just soldiers that were getting mission briefings. Oh, top security. Yeah, that makes it even better. That's not even one that exists. Let's see if we can find something quickly. It'll be just a minute. I'm going to go to that page for just a second. Facebook. I have to sign into my personal account. That page doesn't let other pages join it. I usually join it on my page, but they don't let that. They don't let that happen. So I knew that group existed. Somebody told me about it, but I forgot to join it until the other night. Then I was like, I completely forgot it existed. But it's the Exposing Derek Johnson group. You have to like I wouldn't say like apply. You have to ask to join, and then you have to be approved. But it's Exposing Derek Johnson on Facebook. I wanted to see what else. I think he's been in the crayon box again. Guess who's going to be back to Trump International next week? This guy, I guess. What else does he say? There's some more images here. Excellent. Please let us patriots know what you learn. If I was the CICT, you would definitely be my inner circle for life. I guarantee you have his utmost respect. One out of a million. Oh man, I've been in a lot of people's inner circle. The one that looks like it's winking at you, and the backdoor inner circle, and I don't know if it was a respect thing. It was more like they wanted to be disrespected. I would love to meet our real CIC. Have a great time. Looking fine, Derek. Have fun. I steal, like as in to take, to rob, to steal. I still say you need to be Trump's right-hand man. So happy for you and jealous. Can't wait to hear all about it. No one more deserving than Derek Johnson to be blessed with this. We deeply appreciate you, Derek. Awesome. Have a wonderful time. Give him our love and let him know we pray for his family. By the way, according to Scott McKay and his friend that's a DJ guy, that's a mobile DJ. Trump doesn't even know about the New World Order, World Economic Forum, the Great Reset. He doesn't know about any of that. He had to fill him in. He's a DJ. Thank God. Are you showing off? Give him our very best. Awesome. Have a wonderful time. Thank you, Derek. Guiding us away. God is showing you how to. How exciting. Can't wait to hear it. Man, his pictures get worse and worse. Another. Oh, God. Just when you thought the belt buckles couldn't get any bigger. Here we go. Here we go. Jesus Christ. Another official. Wait a second. Something looks off there. Another official 40th birthday. Cowboy up, 40th birthday, country music singer Derek Johnson. Woo! Yeehaw. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. What a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man. Got all these memes out here. I wanted to see, I thought I saw a video over here today that I was going to play. Here's the other one I talked about. Let me see if I can open image in a new tab. I want to show it. Last time I accidentally showed some. Okay, there's one. Thank you for all my birthday wishes. This is from 9 hours ago. When was this one from? 45 minutes ago. 9 hours ago. Thank you for all my birthday wishes. Celebrating in front of the famous To Kill a Mockingbird Courthouse, where my grandfather worked for many years. Won't be long. I'll have a book out. 40s Club. Oh, look at him. So fresh and so clean. Oh, here it is. Here's the one with the Derek Johnson. Just listen to this. Oh, I don't have the audio on. Hold on.
So, top security. Let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. It just happened. Literally just happened. So, top security clearance, right? It's the top clearance. Clearance means, like, you attain this knowledge, right? You're supposed to.
By the way, the terminology he's using is wrong. There's no such thing as top security clearance. There's no such thing as top security clearance. If anything, I think you're a bottom. But second of all, top security clearance is not a thing. There's top secret. Top security is not a thing.
Keep it quiet, because we get put on lie detector tests. It's the top clearance. Clearance means, like, you attain this knowledge, right? You're supposed to keep it quiet, because we get put on lie detector tests. We get interrogated.
Not very often. For top secret, I'm just going to be honest with you. I know everybody likes to glorify this or glorify. If you're doing like compartmentalized information, something like that, for top secret, a lot of times you don't take a lie detector test. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I filled out a questionnaire. I've been interviewed before because I had medical debt. Like medical bills. And they asked me how I planned on paying these bills, if I had a plan to pay them off, what the total amount of debt was to this hospital, or like, it wasn't even a hospital because it was like a health group. You know how like they own like the emergency room and the hospital plus some doctors off site and blah, blah, blah. I've been interviewed by a lady in a suit one time. But top secret a lot of times does not involve, it's depending on where you're at, does not involve a lie detector test. And some people don't even get interviewed. If you don't have, like, you turn in your paperwork and OPM goes out and does interviews and background checks. And if you don't have nothing really weird in your background and you're just getting it to like run missions while you're overseas or whatever, a lot of times you won't even see the interviewer. You just fill out the questionnaire and turn it in and you're done with it. It depends. So I guess it depends on what field you're going into. But top security is not a thing. So I guarantee you he didn't get an interrogation and a lie detector test for top security because it doesn't exist.
on who we're talking to, what we're talking to people about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, I know what I can and can't say to you, okay, that will violate that clearance. Military regulation, executive orders, federal.
So he knows what he can and can't say to you that'll violate his clearance. You want me to tell you what he does not have? A clearance. He's been out of the military for years. He doesn't have a fucking clearance. You don't keep it forever. They don't just assign it to country music singers. It doesn't happen. Donna, why the fuck would I want to call you? You can stop saying it. I got nothing to say. What the fuck do I want to call you for?
Federal law, U.S. codes. Everything that happened in front of you is nothing but law and order. It's that.
Okay.
So he's saying I can share with you the law and order. I know what I can share and what I can't because I have a top security clearance. Not top secret, which is an actual thing. Top security, which doesn't exist. And even if he had top secret when he was in, he wouldn't have it now. He's been out for a fucking decade.
Literally just happened. They got someone deleted. All right, because I want this person to experience what I'm talking about. Prime example. So
they got somebody deleted.
Top security clearance. They were like,
top security is not a thing.
What is that exactly? And I'm like, what's top security clearance? It's top security, meaning it's the topmost clearance in military and government. And the response is, that we know of, LOL. Mind blown.
That we know of, LOL. It's not. So technically, like, top secret a lot of times has, I forget what they call them. Hold on. It's basically like a modifier or how would I say that? Secure compartmentalized information. Hold on just a second. It's not really above top secret. It's not really like a above top secret security clearance. Instead, it's a top secret clearance with stuff attached to it, right? So you have top secret, and then you can get, I think they call them qualifiers. I do think that's what they call them. I can't remember. You can have other things attached to it from like need to know and compartmentalized and blah, blah, blah. The Q security clearance that everybody wants to talk about will only good for 5 years after you get out of the military unless you somehow stay on that side as a civilian. Yeah. I didn't even know it was that long, to be honest with you. But SCI is security compartmentalized, top secret SCI. SCI is security compartmentalized information. But the Q clearance that everyone talks about when they're like, oh, at TSSCI with Polly, this the Q clearance that everybody talks about is Department of Energy. The Q security clearance is Department of Energy, and it has to do with like fucking nuclear secrets and shit. There is absolutely a Q clearance. It has nothing to do with like the president or politics or none of this shit. It has to do with it requires access to restricted data. It's called top secret restricted data. It used to be called they used to call it just restricted data. Now it's called top secret restricted data and national security information. But it's with the involvement of the Atomic Energy Act and nuclear facilities and access to those. Like, it has nothing to do with Trump or politics or military movement. It has nothing to do with any of that. There's There's CN. There's a nuclear facility here in my hometown. But there is, and a lot of people have Q security clearance there. But there is The one that the Minutemen guy have, it's called CNWDI. They call it Sin-wide E, I think. Sin-wide E. Sin-wide E, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, it's critical nuclear weapon design information. That's like the people that like design and implement and prepare like our cruise missiles and silos and shit. That stuff's fucking crazy. There's a bunch of different qualifiers for top secret, but top secret by itself is not a big deal. Q clearance or Q access authorization or whatever it's called is not a big deal. It has to do with the Department of Energy's nuclear program. Has nothing to do with Trump or PSYOPs or fighting the deep state or the cabal. None of that shit has anything to do with that. It's just weird how they latched onto that one. They could have latched onto a better one. It wouldn't have sounded as good as just calling somebody Q, but they could have latched onto it for sure. I was going to see, you guys want to hear Derek sing a little bit?
Right, it's being that woman bought a license at 5. Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind your own business. Yeah.
Mind your business and you won't be minding mine. We're the woman on the party lines and knows everything. She picks up her receiver when she knows it's my ring. Why don't she mind her own business?
Maybe we'll have to, Abundance.
If she minds her business, then she won't be minding mine. Well, I got a little gal that wears her hair up high. The boys all whistle when she walks by. Why don't they mind their own business?
Mind their own business.
Mind your own business.
Minding the business.
Mind your business and you won't be minding mine.
Don't mind my business.
If I want to get my head beat black and blue, I'll worry about me and you worry about you. Just mind your own business.
Mind your own business.
Your own business.
Minded business.
Your business and you won't be minding mine. Well, if I want a honky tonk around a 2 or 3, baby, that's my headache. Don't you worry about me. Just mind your own business.
Mind your business.
Mind your own business,
Bitch.
if you mind your business.
I'm doing the remix.
Minding other people's business seems to be high tone. I got all that I can do.
Hank Sr. just had a post-death stroke.
Mind my own, why don't you mind your own business? Mind your own business. If you mind your business, you'll be busy all the time. Why don't you just mind your own business?
That was from December 6th of 2022. That's an old Hank Sr. song that was actually, I mean, like, obviously he could sing. So I'm sure people used to enjoy it. I'm not sure if they do anymore. But at one time they probably did. Oh, what an idiot. I've got another video I want to show you. Just because I caught it right there, and actually somebody sent this to me. And I figured it'd be cool to show off for just a second. Somebody sent this to me on Messenger. Let me grab it. It actually corroborates a story that they've been denying for a long time. Well, not really denying, just claiming that it did have nothing to do with the ballots. But here was a link that somebody sent me that I thought was very interesting.
You know, I don't have a hard copy of any type of paperwork.
Let me get back to where it comes in. I think it's like at 25 and a half minutes.
I got too much stuff.
And what's the gist of that, yo?
Here we got Jeff B, baby.
Election interference. Why do you think all the Black Hawks are flying all over D.C.? Why do you think that in the last 5 hours Normally there's, I don't know, 3 to 10 maximum Chinook, or not Chinooks, Blackhawks up. And when I checked at 6:30, there was over 60 of them up.
Add to
You're
that,
seeing-
add to that your little escort mission, and then your
Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say, Tactical Tonto, who's totally not a Fed? Add to that your what mission?
Was over 60 of them up.
add to
You're
that,
seeing-
add to that your little escort mission, and then your
Excuse me? Add to that our what? What happened?
Over 60 of them up.
add to
You're
that,
seeing-
add to that your little escort mission, and then your midnight flights to a secure area.
Your midnight flights to a secure area. Oh, wow. Midnight flights to a secure area. Some of these older videos are kind of interesting, to be honest with you. This was called the Receipts Unfiltered. Let's see what this one is.
Statement or something in chat. Now, guys, I don't get to watch chat a lot, and the search for truth is a real deal. We have.
Oh, really? This is when we were in the crack trailer. Notice the crack trailer bronze.
But we have to find truth, and if we're if we're letting we're letting things go and not going to do asking questions, even if we don't like the questions, it's okay. Smoky High. Shane had super high blood pressure and now has some sort of a brain bleed. I don't know what's going on there. I will. Hey Benjamin, I'd come up.
I don't know if Jeff comes in on this or not. I just picked it because it said they had receipts.
So anyway, I'll show.
Oh God. Oh God. There's a Texas closet warrior. He's trying to fight his way out of the closet.
That little clip. I'm gonna turn my camera off because train. Okay. And I don't know if Charlie's in here yet or not, or if he's even.
Oh God, some of the originals. You want to see the one where they talk about Yori? Hold on. This ought to get her all pumped up. Let's see. I want to do open show transcript, Control F, dog. Oh no, not Control F. Or not Shift F, Control F. And then we want to do dog. Maybe it was bark. Sorry, I'm working through it. Was it this one? I don't know if it was this one. Hold on.
I think now they are using their weapon against them. Patriot Act is
It had a computer hard drive and it was all about the bullies trying to fix shit.
Here it is.
There was nothing in the soccer ball but air. It was and I hope that when Trump used his time wisely on this,
go. They had a sub do where they blow it and the sub pops up like a. So the Chinese aren't going to do crap because they're going to lose their entire navy. They cross this set of sensors.
This is actually going.
Into one of them, Jeff.
Well, Jeff, we can keep a secret. 400,000 people kept a secret that we. I don't have to do Green Berets and all the Delta guys they got running through that, and they do the Robin Sage thing. It's like one of the things they do when they part. But we're all conspiracy grip.
Here it is.
There was the same people in there time and time and time again.
Yeah, kind of like Pelosi's warts, huh?
Right.
Well, a bombing company just walked 100 feet across the street and put a skit in the basement, and they just went to work like they never left. Well, they bought a house down there.
Well, I think that's been sold.
He bought him some property in Kenya in case he got it run. He's a little closer to the Canadian border. He's up in the Hamptons, I thought.
Well, who's paying for Flynn's security? Sure now ain't him. He's bankrupt.
Yeah, he's got an awful lot of good things going on, but nothing.
Hey, Jeffy, I just want to ask you.
He better hope it's not the same agency providing the ones for Biden.
Uh-oh. This is where they freaked out because a guy that looks like he's of Asian descent worked for the Secret Service. We don't have no Chinese fucking Secret Service agents. They're all white Americans. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, I don't know. The guy's wearing tennis shoes, the Kmart
Maybe the motherfucker knows karate. Did you ever think of that about that?
T-shirts and...
Well, no, they had a video. Bongino put a video out where the Bidens went out to a trendy restaurant in Washington, D.C. Neither of them had a mask on, and there was a Asian guy right behind him.
Yeah, just seen that before coming on here.
Right.
You work security, Jeff. What would have happened if one of them guys laughed when Biden fell up the steps? What would have happened to you if you'd have laughed at the president falling?
If I would have laughed at what?
When the president fell up the steps.
Well, my thing is, where in the hell were they at?
So someone directly asks him one of the questions applying to is he part of the Secret Service and says, what would have happened to you if you'd have laughed at when the president fell up the steps? Oh, well, I'll sidestep that question and say, where were they?
As soon as that guy...
Both times.
3 times. As soon as that dude...
Don, I'm not scared of you. I don't want to get contact drunk. What could you possibly tell me on a phone call? He get it. You're celebrating something for the last 40 years. I literally watched you on a show where they didn't know if you had fucking died of alcohol poisoning because you passed out on the floor and snored on your phone for 4 hours. Not interested.
I didn't see the third one.
He did 2 real quick.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But we're all conspiracy grifters, I guess.
Here we go.
Jeffrey, I just want to ask you, I was just going to ask you if you knew about a couple things, and then how as us as civilians are to interpret it, if you know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You've heard of, the Special Forces in Fort Bragg where they had that Robin Sage stuff? Have you heard of that?
Fort Bragg with what?
The Robin Sage. A part of the Green.
So Jeff B., an integral member of the Special Forces, doesn't know what Robin Sage is? You don't know what fucking Robin Sage is? Where they take over half the state of North Carolina and the Green Berets have a fucking war game for a graduation? Weird.
A part of all the Green Berets and all the Delta guys they got running through that, and they do the Robin Sage thing. It's like one of the things they do when they graduate or get, further from.
Like a hazing?
Like they have Delta Force.
You mean like a hazing? Yeah, that's what we mean, Jeff. They're blindfolding them and making them do trust falls, telling them they're on the ledge of a building, and really they're just a couple inches off the ground with a pillow behind them.
Force out there. I mean, the civilian population don't really know all the stuff that's out it.
The civilian population absolutely does know. When I used to live near Fort Bragg, they literally put it out in the papers and show, it's that time of year again, folks. Robin Sage is coming up. And just to let everybody know, there'll be operations here and here. Expect delays here. There could be roadblocks there. You may see troops out in the open here. Don't be alarmed. This happens every year. And if you'd like an update, you can still contact your local sheriff's department or the DOD military contact at this number just to verify what you're seeing.
Bragg. I mean, it's like, it's got some top secret stuff out there,
Right.
Okay.
Top secret hazing.
Back in
Jeff just says, right. You mean hazing? Right.
2015 involved it, losing aid helm, and I think Obama was really you explaining.
It's subsidized by the U.S. government. Either W or
Stood for it. It probably went from
Shit.
right. But me personally, if something like that was going, really wouldn't cover it. But you would have people
keep a secret. 400,000 people kept a secret that we didn't go to the moon. They kept it quiet.
I swear he says barking at someone.
400,000 people kept their mouth shut. No one ever turned them in.
You know that part of the Arizona desert they call the moon. You know better than that.
Yeah, but I think with the military, it's a totally different scenario. If you, that's not the technology, and we haven't.
Having Jeff B is huge for this channel, and hey, is a patriot, Don Richie.
Been back there yet? To me, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't think you're going to tell me anything new.
It was the big thing. It was a big expenditure, and once you've already done it, what's the point? We're living in the atmosphere. We're living in.
Man, watch that movie Wag the Dog. That'll explain.
There's not a document or any piece of paperwork on that.
Well, they're not going to give that to the civilian population. If I owned it, you give the Clintons get eyes. You got it.
I want to hear the part about the soccer ball for sure.
I got a question for Jeff B. Since he's a sub dude. What happened to the sub that hit something in China?
I don't think that's where they were at. I have my theories.
I have my theories and my mother back. There is no way. Now, everybody gives me hell and is like, oh, Shark Kroger, but you found a 6-pack, 6-hour reunion in here. Hello, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like button. And fuck you, Jeff B. That's right. Everybody always asks me, how did you start the Jeff B bunk bed stuff? Why did you always say that? Why did you make up this weird joke about him? Jeff B is 5'9", and he is sitting on a laptop almost touching the ceiling. He's sitting with a laptop almost. Where else in his house could this motherfucker be? Where? A shelf? Is he on top of a cupboard? Jeff B sleeps in a bunk bed. Prove me wrong. Look how close he is to that ceiling. That smoke stained the ceiling is very yellow. How could he be this? Even if he was standing on the floor, he's not. You got 8-foot ceilings in your house. Some people have 10-foot ceilings. Most people have 8-foot ceilings in their house, right? How? How is he almost touching the ceiling? He's on a bunk bed. Maybe there's a desk underneath instead of another bunk, but it's still a bunk bed.
Without ending up with a burlap sack over my head, I don't think that sub was where they say it was at.
There's so many creepers out there; they bump each other all the time. From what a buddy of mine
Well,
told me.
I mean, I can tell you that, like in
What's his name just said? What's that guy's name? Chuck. There's so many subs creeping around out there in the ocean. They bump into each other all the time. Oh, really? Oh, really?
the Yellow Sea and in the Bohai, there are more fishing trawlers.
Thank you for the donation, Shar.
Area than you could shake a stick at.
Yeah, it looks like off the coast of California, don't it?
Right.
Taiwan, I don't really think they're going to really jump on it. They wouldn't, but fear mongering now. I don't think they're that foggy. Right, David. I don't think they're that foggy.
Aircraft carriers. They have F-22s on the island next to Taiwan, so the Chinese aren't going to do crap because they're
just aircraft carrier. They had
weeks ago. They had a sub do where they blow it and the sub pops up like a damn whale out to sea right next to it, about 20 feet away from the aircraft carrier, and they almost all shit themselves. I don't know if it's true or not, but it.
The Chinese, I mean, in 90s. So even if
they're on StreamYard.
Look, if the United, this has always been my feeling. If the United States really wanted to take its gloves off, get rid of us. Water Navy like we are, where I think more or less in his country.
You guys have been to Shellback more times than a lot of you guys have been across the state line.
Walked across that DMZ, or has done that.
He went to Saudi Arabia, and they gave him the sword, and he did the sword dance. Or the better one is when
you didn't see that, Jeff. You didn't see that. that was fake news, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was all.
Yeah.
Just like
the one where he had the big kahunas is where he had all them flea bags up in Davos in Switzerland. They all wanted to kill him then, but he made him wait. He made him wait, and then he came in. He's like, boom, dropped the shit on the desk. He said, "You got about 15 minutes to come up with an answer."
Or how about when he walked in with Putin? Oops.
Yes.
Grab that stack of paperwork in the Vatican.
One I like is everybody keeps saying Russia, Russia, Russia. Christ, Trump and Putin.
Okay, listen to David's theory on Trump and Putin. Here we go.
Oops.
Yes.
Grab that stack of paperwork in the Vatican.
I love his laugh. That's my favorite laugh from the bunk bed.
Like is everybody keeps saying Russia, Russia, Russia. Christ, Trump and Putin are just like two old brothers or two old drinking buddies. They're like, hey, comrade, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Putin?
So apparently David thinks that Russians, and for some reason Trump, are Mexicans. Hey, yo, what's up, my comrade? You want some tequila or what? Hey, badges. We don't need no stinking badges. We Russian. Hey.
Two bullies.
To Russia, Christ, Trump and Putin are just like two old brothers or two old drinking buddies. They're like, hey, comrade, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Putin?
Two bullies.
Hey, comrade, how you doing? Little south of the border. What the fuck? What accent is that? Is that his Russian accent? Look, I don't do impressions, and my Mexican impression probably sounds as cringy as his Russian impression. But what the fuck is that?
Trump and Putin are just like two old brothers or two old drinking buddies. They're like, hey, comrade, how you doing? Hey, what's up, Putin?
What's up, Putin? Hey.
And there was nothing but air. It was given.
No, there wasn't. There was a hard drive in the soccer ball.
Yeah.
It had all the shit on the Hillary and company. That's what this soccer ball was all about.
But that was for Barron Trump to kick around at the White House.
No.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It had a computer hard drive in the front of it.
I wanted to search Yuri, but I don't know how they would spell it.
Well, that's just like with Snowden. I think that whole thing was manufactured. I think he played some type of role in where we're at today. And if I wanted somebody to be,
hey, comrade,
that'd be the place I'd send it. Would be Russia, because nothing happens in. Yeah, so I know what he had access
to be done just to get the attention it needed.
Yeah, we're at Robert's house. Yeah, we can get a conversation going.
He's a great time with Jeff B because he's trying to drop his pillowcases of poop. So everybody keeps.
Oh, I know where it's at. It's. Oh, I know exactly where he calls Yuri out. It's where he first comes on. I'm an idiot. Here it is. Is this it? Where's he first come on? He says, "You sure you want me up here?" So it's about time somebody put Yuri in her place. And who better than the man whose whole car smells like dog urine to call out Yuri?
He's a good target.
Dick Cheney's the one that gave the order to shoot down the plane over Pennsylvania.
I mean, you're not supposed to shoot the people in the orange gear. Come on.
You're not supposed to shoot the people out the airplane neither, but he did.
Hey, Jeff.
That's why I was referring to Bush.
Are you sure you want me on here?
Oh, we love you, Jeff B. Come on now.
You might end up on a highlight reel.
Nah, okay. You can drop as many bombs as you want over here.
Hey, wait a second. If we were keeping score, which is still a viable option to watch on YouTube? Jeff B's Intel or the highlight reel? Which is still here, Jeff? Which are people still watching, Jeff? Which do people still show up for, Jeff?
Oh, we love you, Jeff B. Come on now.
You might end up on a highlight reel.
Nah, okay. You can drop as many bombs as you want over here. We're politically incorrect.
That's right. It's okay. I'd be glad to be somebody's highlight.
Listen, Yuri.
So what do you think about the advisors? What do you think about the advisors to the White House, Jeff B? A lot of those guys have been in power for a long, long time.
Yeah, they call that the Potomac dance. Right.
It's down there.
He's a little.
Well, I think that's been sold.
He bought him some property.
Oh, did we miss it?
Well, who's paying for
Jeff, I just want to ask you.
He better use,
trendy restaurant
Yeah.
Damn it! Where's the attack on Yuri?
conspiracy grifters, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting pissed.
Jeffy, I just wanted to ask you. I was just going to ask you if you knew about a couple things, and then
maybe it's in this when he first shows up.
But I'm just saying.
Going.
We had a good time messing with you, Liberty.
No.
Or one's Australian, one's
Yeah, one's Australian, one's British.
Is that the one that you kept sending it to him like 80 times? And
no, that was Nick Baker.
Oh,
he was the one calling you out in chat.
Oh, yeah. I just wondered if
that was Nick Baker. Oh no. Oh no. Who's Nick Baker? What show did he win? Oh, here we go. 27-22. I knew I'd get you all wound up at some point.
See, the funniest part about that is you got supposed to sign or something.
Yeah, isn't that amazing that he extended the authorization for election interference that expired, but somehow in his demented state, he signed the wrong piece of paper?
I wonder if it had somebody else's hand guiding his.
Or
like radar? You're just saying here.
Like sleeper?
Or maybe it was Chris Miller, the guy that doesn't exist.
Well, see, the funniest part about that is it took me a while to dig it and find it, but I did find it, and the Rob guy was like, oh, no, I debunked that in 5 minutes. I said, dude, you can't find that shit in 5 minutes.
The Rob guy said, I debunked that shit in 5 minutes. So here's what they claimed. That if you went on the Pentagon's website, that Chris Miller would still be listed as whatever fucking position he had. He would still be listed, okay? With the Department of Defense as the acting Secretary of Defense from when he was, and also something to do with FEMA or something else, right? That was the claim. Now, if you went onto the website, it was not true. But they claimed if you stayed there for long enough searching his name, eventually you would find a page that said that he was still in charge. Eventually. Eventually. At some point. Eventually. So someone said, no, I went there and checked. Rob P. said, I went there and checked it. I went there and fucking checked it. I debunked it in 5 minutes. I typed in who is the Secretary of Defense or the Director of National Counterterrorism, whatever it was at the time, or FEMA leader. None of them were Chris Miller. You can't debunk that in 5 minutes. It took me over an hour to find it. Well, then it probably wasn't accurate information. It should be really fucking easy to find out who is the Secretary of Defense. The Assistant Secretary of Defense. The Special Operations and Combat Terrorism Director. The leader of the National Security Council. All those should be easy to find. It shouldn't take you an hour to find it.
That's what I thought was going to happen, to do this, and that, and, well, that didn't come up right, so I had to dig a little harder. It ain't like it's just sitting there in plain sight. You have to go do a little digging.
Well, and that's just it. I don't.
Here we go. Listen, Yuri.
They're attack dogs. They're attack dogs. Just like Yuri, all she does is bark. They get you upset and piss you off.
What? Let's slow it down. Real speed.
They're attack dogs. They're attack dogs. Just like Yuri, all she does is bark. It gets you upset and piss you off, so you jump back at them. That's what I realized is you can't do.
And David is an expert on this, okay? he has 2 dogs, and one of them can still bark. The other one he's under investigation for allegedly killing. So he's the expert of when a dog barks and when it doesn't bark. Hint, it doesn't bark when it's no longer alive.
That's just it.
Nick Baker.
Say they're stupid. That's the wrong terminology.
They're attack dogs. They're attack dogs. Just like Yuri, all she does is bark. It gets you upset and piss you off, so you jump back at them. That's what I realized, is you can't do that. You just have to let them bark and say, well, who are you to question anything?
You realized that you had no power, intellect, ingenuity, no moral high ground, no fucking decent research, no claims to facts to back it up. You realized you didn't want us around. Every time you mentioned our names, we came around, and you're not capable of even being on the same fucking playing field as us. Remember when you came on Travis's show telling everybody to shut up because the St. Germain Trust was being released the next day and they didn't know what they were talking about and that everybody is going to get some St. Germain money? Okay.
Well, I think what it is after I got off.
Here we go. Here's what it is. Why is my channel structured the way it is? Why, when you mention my name, do people show up and defend me? Why, when you spread misinformation, do people show up with the actual information that they either got from me or hopefully I encourage them to find themselves and bring to you? Why is my audience so dedicated? Why do we show up like attack dogs, or at least still breathing dogs, and defend our channel, our people, and our host? Here's why. Jeff B figured it out.
You can't do that. You just have to let them bark and say, well, who are you to question anything?
Well, I think what it is after I got off last night is they're trying to make sure that their buddy still has content so he can still fundraise and make money.
And that's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're trying to make sure that I have content so I can still have a show and fundraise. And then Travis coming in kissing ass from way in the back. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. They can have content. He can raise money. That's fine. That's fine. Don't know. I don't know. Don't be mentioning his name on my channel. I don't want nobody over here.
Absolutely.
The man that could never be mentioned.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
That train left the station a long time ago. That train is about as close to station as fucking Dawn is to being sober. That is a long gone train. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us. This short show tonight. I got started late, but I wanted to show you those Derek Johnson things, and then I just found some videos that was like the old days. I figured we relive it for a minute. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. If you want to support the stream while we're offline, go to coldbeer.fund. Follow me on a different social media platform. You never know when I'll disappear. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers for your mental health. I've been having a couple meltdowns. We're coming up on Valentine's Day. Then the next day is my birthday. The next day is my dad's birthday. And then the 17th is my mom and dad's anniversary. So, I'm sorry, the 18th is my mom and dad's anniversary. So, I'll try to be here as much as I can. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind sometimes, but I'm trying. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see everybody on the next one. Everybody have a good night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, including having weird relationships as a high school baseball coach, 25 years old, with a 15-year-old high school freshman, and then admitting to those in several text messages, then claiming that you don't have the text messages, then claiming that those are your text messages. That'd be a little strange. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good one. Oh, join us for a gaming stream tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see. I'm trying to figure out how I can go live and not let and make it to where Steam doesn't tell Bullshifter that I'm live, so he doesn't want to join. He wants to go to the graveside on those days, Valentine's Day and his anniversary. Have a good night, everybody.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, we kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out.
You're always like a barking dog. Sometimes you just gotta let her bark.
House.
So Papa's got content.
Now we've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away.
Bullshifter, I downloaded a bunch of mods for the game. I got to figure out how to make them work, but I downloaded them. There's some pretty cool and not like to like break the game, but to like, first of all, I downloaded a mod that lets you go to level 20, max out your characters. Second of all, it brings in all the spells that they don't have all the spells available right now. Brings in all the spells, all the rings, all the cool things you can do in D&D. So I got to figure out how to make them work. I have no idea. I've never done like PC game modding, but I downloaded the mod manager and a bunch of mods. So we might be starting a new game with some cool shit. There's even one mod that puts every item in the camp or every item in the game in a barrel in your camp. So like if you wanted like to start with like the most badass weapon, you just go get it out of the barrel at camp. And I'm hoping if you join my game that whatever mods I have in place, you won't have to download them too. Like it'll just bring you in on the modded game, I would think. Content. Where's the content spray? Oh, have a good one, Nick. Good to see you. Boobies. Did I sound like Phil? Where's everybody from? Oh, there's a guy that says boobies. Hilarious joke. Funny how you bring up marshmallows, Rudy. When Will talks with a mouthful of vape, it always makes me think of marshmallows. No shade, I'm a vapor. It changes, like when I've got vape in my mouth, it changes the octave. Like, hold on.
When I talk like this, when I have vape in my mouth, it lowers my voice octave.
But then as it clears up, it goes away. Like I'm not trying to change my voice. It's just, I don't know if it's that warm air or where I don't know. I'll do it again. Hold on. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. See the difference in my voice? I don't know. It's where I'm holding my breath. I feel like I'm using the same amount of breath. I'm holding the vape in, like, and not like blowing it out immediately and talking quick. Maybe that's it. That time I just blew out the vape and forgot to talk. So that didn't help none. Maybe it is somewhere like I'm trying to hold it in or something. I don't know. Because if I just, okay, I'm not going to hit the vape. I'm just going to breathe in. So if I breathe in deep and then hold it like, and then keep blowing it out slowly the same way I would with the vape in, I guess, yeah, maybe it lowers it some. I don't know. Let me go again. Maybe it's because I'm nasally and I'm not letting it come through my nose like I would when I talk, because I'm really got like a nasally voice. I don't know.
Let 'em burn it out.
I think it's Jaybird's fault. And I think if people blame Jaybird a little more often, that she would know it's all her fault, and then my voice would probably go back to normal by the end of that. And we would all know what's actually going on. Like that.
Rhino, the puppy punisher.
Listen up now.
All right, see you guys. Have a good one.
We're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves. Never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away.
That might be it, Rudy. I tickle Mariah's vocal cords every once in a while. She lets me. She's usually got a deep voice. Well, it's deeper than normal for sure.